Hello, welcome back to the Fox's Den. I'm Roxanne, and this is one of my adventures. So I'm in my kitchen, and this is where I'll be teaching probably at some point, whether it's a hybrid schedule or a full remote schedule, but I will be spending time in my kitchen teaching, and we'll turn it into my classroom. So I wanted to just share some really cute ideas with you that people have shared with me, and I put my little spin on it, and I'm hoping you can put your spin on it too. Okay, so first I want to share with you this really cute idea of a teacher's apron. Now you can buy these already made on Etsy, and I found them on the internet, all kinds of good ideas. And this one is a no sew. And I made it from these, I made it from these three materials, and it cost about $5. So this is a dish towel. You can look them up, tea towel, dish towel. I got them off of Amazon. They were 4 in a package for $12. I picked this pattern because this is what my classroom is like. So things that I'll be doing at home virtually, and also like my home office or my area here will look like my classroom does in the brick and mortar, as our governor calls it, or my brick and mortar classroom, and also my virtual classroom. I have them look the same because I feel like in this crazy time, I mean, I could have gotten creative in each scenario or each place, but the children need consistency. Okay, so anyway, I digress. Back to this. So it cost less than $5. There was a package of these on Amazon. You could go to Walmart. They had great, cool towels. And I spent $3 on these for one. Then this ribbon, I said $1. The whole thing cost $4. And I don't even think I spent like $1's worth, but let's just say $1. And then this is tape. That is for no sewing, and it's not heated. So this is important because if you use the heated version of this, or if you use like a hot glue, when you go to wash it and dry it, it ruins and melts down. So this will not. So it's double-sided, and this is the sticky part. You put it down, you press on this side, and then you peel it back, and then you're able to stick. I am not going to show you how to make one of these other than this part, because there is a fabulous video that I learned from, and I'm going to link it, and it's in the description below. So pay attention to the description below, because I say a few other things in there too. So I work with a very smart, very talented, and very lovely Kimberly, and she was talking about one of our pandemic response teams meetings, different things that you could do in the classroom to help with the safety of the classroom. And one of the ways to help is, if you're in that classroom, you want to stop extra movement. I know that's hard, and there's the whole other video on that, but you don't want the children to have to get up every 2 minutes to go sharpen their pencil. And yes, you might have a little pencil sharpener for all children. You might, but then some might be too young for that as well. So there was just this cute idea of a teacher's apron. And some people might use it pre-pandemic. So here's mine. It matches my classroom. These are the straps that tie around me. A hint, they do mention this in the video. You want something that is like, I think it's called goose grain. Is that what it is? You want something that's not silky, because when you go to tie it, it falls apart. You want something with a texture to it, or a grain. And this was so easy, because I have 3 pockets now, and I'm filling it with things that I would tie around, and if I saw a child needed it, I would have it ready. Like, I might need to spray my antibacterial on something, so I put that in there. You can put, you know, your markers in there. You could put your phone. I use my phone a lot for taking pictures of the students' work, or them with permission, of course, and I like to post it all over the dojo or whatever you use, and make bulletin boards. Extra tissues are in there. This is just some of my incentives I have for the children. So if I wanted to just, you know, get that, put that on a desk. I know I have to stay 6 feet away. You know, extra antibacterial in there. Here are my pencils that could be sharpened, or crayons could be in there, whatever you think the kids might need. And instead of them walking all over in different spots to get it, it's right there hooked onto you. And it does tie right around my waist, okay? All right, so also, if you're not handy dandy and don't feel like making it, there is this great opportunity to go to Home Depot. Normally, I wouldn't say this, I'm not sponsoring them, but Home Depot does spend a lot of money and lobbying against public education. They're more for private, just telling you. So if you don't feel like going to Home Depot, I get it. But just in case that's okay with you, Home Depot has an apron already made, and they're like $5, $3.99, whatever it is, and you could hide the Home Depot part. If you Pinterest that or look online, you'll see all these creative ideas, and your pocket's already made for you, and you tie it around your waist, and you can make it as girly, as frilly, as plain, as masculine, as unisex as you want. Okay, so back to this. What makes the pockets is this fabric tape that's going down here, and it's adhering together, and that's why I have 3 distinct pockets. You can wash this on the gentle cycle, and you can air dry it, or if it's wrinkly, you can put it on low heat in the dryer. So I am going to make more than one of them, because if I'm in the classroom with this, for germ reasons, I'm going to want to wash it that day and have another one ready. And the whole thing, I could make 4 of these, and it would cost me about $15 to make all 4. So, I mean, under 20 bucks, definitely. So that's great. 4 aprons under 20 bucks. And thank you, Kim, for even suggesting such a thing. So here it is. Now, I know I'm all over the place, and I'm sorry, because I've been so busy in so many meetings, my train of thought gets crazed. The tape that's here, you're going to watch the video, and I think they suggest to use hot glue. I wouldn't use the hot glue. Again, when you go to wash it and dry it, it melts and it ruins the integrity of the apron or what you've created. That's just my opinion. Okay, so here we go. We've got that down. That's one of my thinking outside the box ideas for teaching. Okay, so I have some other things. Okay, the next thing that I want to share comes from my very smart and lovely principal. She was giving us websites that link to what we could do when we are outside. So if you're at school and you need a mask break, or you're in charge of extra PE or whatever, you just need a quick, cool game for the kids to run around, and you know you can't play kickball anymore because we can't touch the ball and all that. So social distance, get them out there, spread them out. Doesn't have to be in a circle. And this is called the hit record game. So you could bring your remote control if you want as a joke. And it's like this, they are in a movie or a recording or a video, and you are hitting all of the different controls, and each control they do something else. You can put these on a sign. I put them on these, for this is just an envelope to show you. You could put them on a sign and hold them up with sticks so the kids can see them far away if they can't hear you, but they should be able to hear you. Anyway, just in case you have someone who's hearing impaired, this would help. All right, so if you hit fast forward, the children are to run. If you hit stop, the children are to stop. If you hit slow motion, they're to walk in slow motion. If you hit pause, they are to jump. If you hit rewind, they are to run backwards. And if you hit play, they're to walk around, okay? So this is walk, this is run backwards, this is jump, this is moving in slow motion, stop means stop, and fast forward means to run forward, okay? That is just one of 2 games that I have for you. And wouldn't that be great just for a mask break? So you're in the building, you got that mask on, and you say to the kids, come on, we're gonna go outside. You find your designated area, wherever that may be, and we're gonna go out for like 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Get them out there, spread them around, that mask comes off or below their chin, whatever your protocols are in your school, and you play this quick fun game. Get you energized, breathing, and then you can get back in. Love this, love this. Okay, now I've got a second game for you, and that game is called Baboon. So you get the children outside in their circle, and they're 6 feet apart, masks under chin or in pockets somewhere safe, whatever it is your rules are. And you say ba, 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 boom. And when you say boom, they have to go ba, boom, and point at somebody either to the left or the right of them, or they are ducking and they squat. Okay, so if you duck, the people to the left or right of you are aiming at each other, and there are different things you do for that. If everybody ducked, then everybody has to do 5 jumping jacks. If you ba-boom and you point to someone's back, that person to your left or your right, that person has to do 5 jumping jacks. If you ba-boom to each other, then you both have to do 5 jumping jacks. And it just gets you invigorated, and then you just start all over again. And you don't have to always be in charge. A teacher can play too, and someone else could do the ba, 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 boom, and then you go about it. Again, if you forget all of this, and I know I'm hyper because I need to get out of this house. I've been in meeting after meeting after meeting. I apologize for that, but I will link all of this below. So those are just 2 cool things. Go out there, take that break. Even when the pandemic's over, you should do this. Now, what I have for you are now no one shared these with me. I have just been using them and tweaking them. So this comes from my own brain, but I am sure there are many people out there, because I saw stuff on Teacher Pays Teacher and all of that. And I actually have some free, a free download for you that you can go to too. So anyway, it's about games that normally are played in groups, but these work very well social distancing. So you can put them on, you could do them virtually, you could do them in the classroom while social distancing, and you also can post them like on Google Classroom. You don't even have to be there. The children can play them and then you come back to them. So the first one that I'm going to talk about is Scattergories. And in case you don't know what Scattergories is, it's a real game where there's these cards and they have these lists from 1 to 12 with different things on them, written like a name of a city, a sandwich, a famous figure, a US president, a tool to use in your garden, things like that. And there's a whole list. And you take the die and you roll it, and the die is funny because it's like faceted and has all these sides, and it's all the letters of the alphabet, and whatever letter it stands on, you have to find a word that begins with that letter from the list. And you don't show each other, and you write all your answers down, and it's timed, and once the timer is up, you share, and if somebody has it, then you cross it off. And you know, the examples that you have that no one else has are your points, and then you can keep on going, and whoever has the most points wins. Now you can look up Scattergories if I'm rushing on this, but to do it virtually or to do it in the classroom while social distancing, what I did is I made up a list. Now I'm going to insert this and show it to you, but I made it right here on my Google Docs. And my list says Scattergory, this is board number 2. This one is very specific to school. It says number 1, math word, number 2 is a verb, number 3 is a capital, 4 is a book title, 5 is a school subject, 6 is a 4-legged animal, 7 is something on a map, 8 is an editing tool, meaning a writing editing tool, 9 is US president, and it just goes all the way down. These are things that we've learned in class. The last one, number 12, is excuse for incomplete assignment. And you can find a lot of these online and give you all kinds of cool suggestions. So let's say that I rolled an R. I would have to find a math word that began with R, a verb, a capital letter, a book title. Actually, we all would, and we wouldn't show each other until the time was up, and then we would share out. So you could do these in small groups. And I don't know about you, but I already have a small group in my classroom. If 8 or 9 is just too big with sharing out, then you might want to do this in a smaller group than that. But anyway, I know you can't get up and move, but you could be standing, 6 feet apart, and the 4 students could be playing that game with you while the others are doing something else. You're smart, you know how to do all of that. I'm just saying that in case you're like, oh yeah, I didn't think of that. So I have a couple different boards like that. I have, and as soon as this section's over, I will show you what it looks like. And then my second board, just to put it out there to show you, my second board says nickname, hobby, something in the ocean, an ice cream flavor, a body part, a noun, a toy, a city, a flower, that kind of thing. Okay, an excuse for being late, They love that part. They love when they have to come up with some crazy stuff for that. And then that is how you play the game. So if I were doing it virtually, there is a letter. It's not even an app. You could just go to Google and put letter generator, and it'll generate a random letter, and you can hold it up and show the students like it's letter T. And they could all have this because you could put it as a Google Doc and they can see it, or you can share it on your screen if you're in Google Meet or in Zoom, and they can do this on a dry erase board or scratch paper at home or however they want to write it down. And then you set a timer and then everybody plays and then you share out. That's how you could do it virtually. And then what you could do is you could post it up on Google Classroom and you could say, this is Scattergories number 1. Of course, you can link your Google Doc. They can see the list. You can tell them that the letter is going to be X. My goodness, that would be horrible. The letter is going to be A. And then they would all write it and send it to you. And you could go through it, or you could share it later in your classroom or in a Google Meet, however you want to do it. But you can do this, and you could say, have it done by, such and such time or day. Okay, so there is another one that I want to share with you, and you know what this is. This is Boggle. So you could play Boggle in the classroom virtually, just like I had said. And where is it? I want to show it to you. I went on Teacher Pay Teacher, and for free, she being, let's see what her name is, because I am not sure. I don't know. I don't see it here. I will share that, I promise, in the description below. I will give her credit and I will show you the link. So she has, how many boards? 4? 1, 2, I thought she had more than 4. Oh, she does. She has 6 boards, and I will show you what they look like real quick, but I'm also going to put a picture of it in. So she has these boards that you can download. And again, you could do the same thing as I said with the Scattergories game. This isn't Scattergories, sorry. So with the Scattergories game, the same thing can be in brick and mortar. It could be virtual in a Google Meet or a Zoom, or it can be posted up in Google Classroom, let's say. So you post it and you say, these are the words. How many words can you make? I always tell my students that they have to make 3 words or more. And if they could make a current vocabulary word, that would be fabulous. Or maybe you have a character trait of the month and it's linked to that and you want to do it that way. Can you make a character trait word? That would be fabulous. And I also give my students extra points if the word is 5 letters or more. So that is another cool game that you can play. And the same protocol would go, or the same organization would go, as if, 4 or 5 of you were playing together in the classroom while the other children were doing something else. You could post it again, like I said, up on your Google Classroom, and then they could get back to it at a later date. You can put this in a Google Doc. It can be linked. You can share it on the screen if you were playing in real time with the children in a meet. I may have repeated myself and I'm sorry, but these are just some of many things that are out there. You could Google them and see what fits you best, but these have been working for me. I try them out on my family. I test drive them on some students that I'm still connected with through the summer, through the dojo, and I get their opinions because, as a teacher, you think, oh, wow, this is great. And the kids are like, yeah, that was kind of duddy. We didn't like it. So it's foolproof when you test drive it first. All children have different personalities, but you know what I'm saying. Okay, these are just some of, I have more ideas, but I'm going to put that in a different video. I talk like a crazy fiend. I have that South Jersey Italian blah, 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 going on. And it is summertime, and I'm going to get out of here. And thank you for tuning into the Fox's Den and going on one of my adventures. See you soon. Here are the examples of the free game boards, and I will link it below. They're from Teachers Pay Teachers.